This person is truly astonishing. He stood on the tracks, waving his arms non-stop. The next second, he turned into a human train. In this tiny station, everything was covered in thick snow, and the cramped waiting room was packed with passengers. People were waving their arms, complaining about the train being delayed due to the blizzard. This man was the only staff member here. He was afraid to open the door and could only sigh helplessly. Staring at the photo next to him, he dreamed of a vacation by the sea, but reality was harsh, and he had to stay at his post. Outside, the passengers were getting more and more riled up. Their voices were so loud that it seemed they might tear the ceiling off. It felt as though everyone was about to lose their minds. The man was giving himself a headache from the noise, and he could even hear their screams through the glass. His mind was filled with their accusations. His patience had reached its limit. He was furious, steam practically rising from his head. Then, just as the passengers thought the train had finally arrived, they heard the sound of a train. But it wasn't the train, it was the man's anger. He walked out of his cabin and into the open. Under everyone's watchful gaze, he jumped onto the tracks, taking a deep breath. Something strange happened. The man kept waving his arms, and his body began to change. Soon, he had turned into a human train. The crowd, delighted to see him transform, begged him to take them home, but he simply glanced at them and then immediately accelerated, leaving the noisy place behind. Finally, the man arrived at the seaside, living the happy life he had always wanted.